Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what I'll be serving up for you guys today is one other deck of my collections that arrived all the way from Italy, if I remember correctly. Just as you're going through my channel, you'll see I go through very different styles of decks, but I do appreciate its roots at the base, whether it's Rider-Waite-Smith or Marseille. So I have a classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I do have quote, like there's not a classic Marseille deck because depending on who was the creator or printer at the time, they're more or less the same, but there's little differences between them. But in any case, I actually stumbled about this deck. I believe it was someone in one of the Discord servers I'm in that talked about or showed a picture of this deck, which is a reproduction of cards that were made in like the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know, I like older things, and I was like, oh, this looks really nice. And so I went hunting for it and got it. I had to go twice to the center to get my stuff because it was UPS that dropped it off. But in any case, the deck that I got, it is this pretty thing, and I'm going to show you the title because I know I'm going to butcher the Italian. I Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta, which is by the publisher Il Meneghello, Edizioni Milano, Italy. Okay, and so I had to pull out the little background of this deck so I could read it proper. So basically, I Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta is a rare and beautiful historic deck with whimsical touches. It's one of the few pre-RWS tarot whose pip cards are of chalices, swords, wands, and denari. Denari are the pentacles, are mostly illustrated. This, along with the keyword on top of each card in Italian, and subtle details help illuminate the card's meaning. This historically important deck, known by various names, so I Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta, Tarot of the Master, Tarocchi del Maestro, the Vachetta Tarot, was originally printed from engravings created by Giovanni Vachetta in Turin, Italy in 1893. So there you go, 1893. And then it just talks about it was produced then by Il Meneghello in 2019. In a set run, like they printed out a certain number of copies. And so what I liked, and you even can see at the front of the box, is just the like I mentioned in other video, I like when the cards have this old look, so it's not, you know, bright white. It has like this off-white, antique, sepia tone, whatever. I don't know, there's a charm to it. And I think this is really cool that not only on the box there's like an actual wax seal of the publishing house, so you see the logo of Il Meneghello, and I'm not too sure what the silhouette is. It looks like it's some sort of gnome. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure someone knows out there, and you can let me know in the comments if you know what it is. But it looks like a gnome, like either two gnomes or some sort of gnome, and then this could look like a cat, and I don't know, he's like riding a ball. It doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure that's not it. But in any case, we are done blathering about the outside of the deck. Let us look at the inside. We'll remove the plastic covering of this. And also what's fun is that, well, to me, it was fun because it came in peanut packets, and I don't think I've seen peanut packets, packing peanuts, sorry, used in packaging in, oh my goodness, ages. Maybe like early 2000 was the last time I saw that. But in any case, here we are with the deck. It's a it's a durable box, but it's nice to the touch, and like I mentioned, the wax seal, which I think is really cool. All you have, you know, as identifier of the deck is the card of the world, Il Mondo, and then the name of the deck here, and the publishing house. So let us open it. I'm gonna move everything aside. So it is, you know, two-sided box here. And okay, so this is the I Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta, 1893. And it seems like it comes, oh, is there something else in there? Hold on, what is that? Ah, okay, so there's a little note in paper which says that this item is created by hand, which is really cool. Any imperfections or variations are due to its workmanship and are not considered as defects. All right, so this, I think, makes it sound like, to me it's even cooler. Like there's an extra artistry and mastery to it. Not only it was designed, but like recreated by hand. So this is pretty cool. And it's holding this in my hands. I don't have decks here. It's slimmer than a regular RWS, and I believe it's about the same height. What do I have around out here? I have around funky Triunfi de la Luna. So let's just put this aside like this. So you know what? Yeah, like I mentioned, it's thinner, but it seems like it's the same height. But look, and first off, look at these corners. Like you could rob somebody with these corners. They're dangerous. So if y'all are prone to be clumsy or get paper cuts for any and everything, be aware. Apparently, so this is a notice. I guess this is the exemplary number. And it seems like this is the second edition, of which they made 2,000 copies, and this is the 72nd. Pretty cool. All right. And that was printed in 2020. So now let us open up the plastic. Oh, there you are. It's already open here. And throw away the plastic. Seriously, with these corners, they should be all getting themselves out of the package. All right. Here we are. The deck. So already it is matte. It's paper. I'm using this as an example. If we look at the back, yeah, it's the same. And it is also reversible. Yeah, it's reversible. Yeah. Okay. There was someone who mentioned to me, I don't remember if they had the exact same deck as me, but they did have another deck by Il Meneghello, who told me, and I'm saying this already, because I just thought about it, to be careful when shuffling because of the type of paper use. It doesn't have the flexibility that you would find with either indie decks or mass market decks. So overhand shuffling is much better than trying to bridge shuffle it. In fact, he said, if you don't want your card damage, just don't even think about bridge shuffling. Just overhand shuffle and softly. So let's keep this in mind, and let's start looking at the cards, starting with the Fool or Il Matto. And here we have this long-necked, I don't know, cheetah? If it has, no, is it cheetah if it has spots? We're gonna say cheetah for now, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. I feel like it's like more cougar, no, not cougar, sorry, jaguar or leopard. And here on his hoodie has like the donkey ears. All right. Here that would be the magician or baguette. Baguette, I think it would be more closer to the French le battleur. This was one of the cards I saw in the preview image, and I don't know, it enamored me. I really liked it. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. Here we see we don't have the disciples from. So the disciples were maybe something added when Waite came with Smith, and maybe they decided to add that, or maybe it was in another version. And here we have the Lovers, or here just love because it's amore, and then dolce. Sorry, I need to bring this closer to my face. Dolce travaglio. I know dolce is sweet. Travaglio, I'm tempted to say work, but that might not be it. But lover's card, for the sake of argument. Then we have the Chariot, but here, interestingly enough, he doesn't have any way to get to get moved around. He has his carro, his chariot, but no sphinx, no horse, no cats, no nothing. I mean, how is he moving? Justice, here in the 8th position. Then the Hermit. Notice I'm not going to go through all of them in Italian because Italian is not my language. And I don't want to be screwing up the pronunciation, and then I get told. So just, you get what you get. So La Fortuna. And I see La Fortuna, and it makes me think of the deck of tarot cards called Fortuna. I forgot by whom, but I'm sure you know. It has the Amethyst version, the Emerald version, and currently has the Pearl version on Kickstarter. But here, this is the Wheel of Fortune. As you can see, times are good, times are bad, but things are going. Oh. So La Forza, that would be strength. Here, what I find interesting is she's not even looking at the lion. It seems like she's controlling the lion with like one finger, just like heel. Not even like sparing a look at it. Pretty impressive. Oh, come on. Poor guy, the Hanged. So here we have Death, La Morte. And it seems like this looks like what was on the Hierophant's head. I don't know if this was part of either the Emperor or the Empress, the crown there. But it seems like lots of things being discarded when death comes. Tools, titles, weapons. Ooh. Sorry, that was one of my crystals that fell. So Temperance. I like it. I find it very pretty. That's a pretty card. Okay. Il Diavolo. See, I'm trying. The Devil. This is interesting. I was trying to figure out what I felt about this card. So the Tower. And ooh, we are not having a good day here. So this guy is falling off. This guy got impaled. This guy got crushed. Like, wowie wow. It was not a good day that day. Then we have the Star. which looks more peaceful. Then the moon. It's interesting. Here we just have like the one dog that's being held on the leash and what I'm pretty sure is a crab. But it doesn't look even feel like it's nighttime, which is kind of interesting. It's just this would be the moon that in the back there, but I don't know. And then the sun. Judgment. So here they said il giudizio. Pretty glorious angel looking here. And then the world, the card that we saw on the box. Very nice. Now let's see what we have. Okay, the ace of bastone, that would be wands, right? Wands. And the 2. We have the 3. I find it so interesting to see how they illustrated the cards like way back in the day. So we have 4, which we can see there's a feeling of celebration here. Then 5. 6. All right. Sorry, I had to take a little pause because I realized that my battery was about to run out. So I ran to go and plug it. So here we have 5, 7. And as I do not know my Italian, I cannot tell you what this is being said here. So if someone knows, you can pause it, read it, and please let me know in the comment section. And I will very much appreciate it and say a big thank you. So here the 8 of Wands, which here doesn't feel much like it being like a message thing. It seems like it's more of a harvest type thing. Then the 9. It says here dulce auditum, which I almost want to like just right there. I'm thinking that it might mean sweet music or something like that, or sweet sounds. I would have to go and check it out later to see if I'm correct. Because auditum is from where auditory comes from. So anything that has to do with the ears. Then 10 of Wands. Fante di bastone. Would that be the page, I guess? Then the knight. Here, I have to say, he doesn't look much like a knight. It looks more like the court jester. Then the queen. Here again, she looks more like a shepherd girl. And then the king. Oh. The ace of pentacles. What's another word for pentacle? Coins? But here is denari. Oh. And I guess here this would also have been kind of like the little ad card for the creator. So Giovanni Vachetta, Pittore fece in Torino in the year blah blah blah. Questi Naibi. So it seems like here it's just kind of advertising Giovanni's deck. Then the 2. Then the 3. Here we can definitely see how, like, contrary to what we've come to know of Rider-Waite-Smith decks here, it's, they had their own little pictorial or illustrations here back in 1893. I think it said it was. And I mean, at first they were playing cards, or even kind of like cards to show off when you were a well-to-do family, before they became used for divinatory meanings. So if you have a 5 of coins here, for example, to me, in my mind, it brings up, that very well-known image of the 2 people kind of destitute looking in front of a church window. But here, this is something completely different. So it does kind of exercise your mind and intuition to kind of think more outside the box. Here, the 6 of coins. Like here, it looks more of a protective measure here than the sharing your goods with others. Now we are at 7 with the little angel. 8 of coins, which is a little less illustrated, but still well decorated. And it seems that there are different people on these face of coins. They're probably related to historical figures at the time, or important people at that time. Here we have 9. And then 10. The page. Here the knight. I'm even tempted of not using the word knight, but more cavalier, like the French term, which is the horse rider. Here the queen. What's interesting here, the queen has like her arm, and like minus how her head is like positioned, but she kind of has a position of the page of wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith, where he's like holding up the coin to look at it. But here it's kind of like she's holding it up but showing it to somebody that we don't see. The king. All right, let's go to the cups, the chalices. Is that a monkey? Yeah, I think that's a monkey. Now the 2. Here again, advertising Giovanni Vachetta's cards. Then the 3. The 4 of cups. Oh yes, there's the 4th one right there. Then the 5 of cups. It seems like they place the cups in different settings. 6 of cups. Then the 7 of cups. 8 of cups. Followed by the 9, and then the 10, where they look like they're all being displayed on a in a china cabinet or something. Now the page. The knight or cavalier. The Queen of Cups. I feel like she's being pictured as a cook because we have some like roasting chicken here. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's bread or something. Then the king. And now for the... Oh, I almost wanted to say spades because I saw spada. Spada, but no, it's a... why do I keep on wanting spades? Swords. Swords. And it says something here, but I know pace is peace. Amo might be a derivative of love, but I can't tell those two here. I'm pretty sure this says Porto. Not the wine. Another calling card of the card maker, Giovanni Vachetta. The Three of Swords. I do have to say they're quite ornate swords. And 4. The 5. See, this 5 feels a bit more like the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning of the 4 of Swords, where it's about rest. I'm getting rest more out of that one. Are you 6 or are you 5? Which one was this again? 5. Oh, I don't know. Is it a voluntary typo? I don't know. They did put that notice that if there's anything, it's not considered a defect. So they did cover themselves that way. But I don't know if I should message them. 7 of spades. Eight of spades. I think this deck has the most ornate of swords I've seen. Have I been saying spade again? Sorry, it's swords. Now here we have the 9 of swords, which truthfully looks and feels like a 10 of swords to me. Rider-Waite, of course. I mean, this looks like a heart or something squishy, some organ. Then 10. All right, the Page of Swords. Maybe preparing himself for a joust or something. The Knight / Cavalier. The Queen. And then the King. I noticed, let me see. Well, okay, except, okay, not the Page and Knight, but definitely the Queen and King had these like nice fancy ribbons around the swords there. So here we are. There you have it. Hold on, I have to remember the name of it. It won't come to me easily. Il Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta. Oh, sorry, I knocked my camera / phone over. Oh, and I am zooming way more than I need to. Sorry, guys. All right, so far I can say I like it. It's definitely this vintage. Well, it's definitely like the vintage feel. I get it. The antique feel, I get it. This like old timey feel, I get it. The cardstock, I like how it feels. It's not matte. It's definitely not the, I mean, glossy. It's handmade, so that's probably explains why also the corners are not, you know, rounded or anything. I wouldn't touch a thing, especially learning that it's handmade and stuff. I leave it as is. There's nothing to touch about this. I'm sure even the fact that I'm mentioning like touching this deck, other than to like pull cards, I'm sure some people are like, the horror. Never speak of modifying this deck. But let me go and shuffle it, keeping in mind what was suggested and recommended to me. I mean, they shuffle pretty nicely. The urge is there to like ruffle, to riffle shuffle, but I don't want to damage them or scuff them. So I will just have to make do with this type of shuffling. Or pile shuffling. I think that would be fine too. There are some clumps. I will say that. Which is why I kind of want to riffle shuffle, but I'm stopping myself every time. There. If I shake shuffle. They have a nice sound too. They feel like, you know, it's solid cardboard, if that makes sense. It doesn't sound hollow. Maybe because they're thicker. Oh. Oh yeah. I think these shuffle fine. I just have to get used to overhand shuffle. I want to split the deck to like shuffle. I can't do it. I just have to get used to not riffle shuffle, especially if I want to you know, have them last a while, because I do want to be considerate for the time that the artist or artists, because I'm not too sure how many people, how hands have been on there, you know, just putting the details in by hand. And I don't know if that involves even cutting the card stock, and does it involve like using a printing press, or, you know, doing it by painting by hand, which would be crazy if that was the case. Especially seeing as they made like 2,000 copies. Can you only imagine? But I'm fond of this deck. I'll see around how I'll go about interpreting things. Whether do I apply? Well, that's the thing. It's before Rider-Waite-Smith. I would have to double check to see if it's I don't think it's before Marseille, but I would have to double check. I would probably tend to skew my reading more towards a Marseille style of reading because of where historically it's placed, as opposed to go with Rider-Waite-Smith. So in this case, I would go and study it more of numerologically, and yeah, in Marseille, I want to say teachings, but meanings wise. All right. So there you have it. Once again, I have to show the box so we can be sure that I'm pronouncing this properly. The Il Naibi di Giovanni Vachetta. I feel like I need to wave my hands like this. Not only because I'm a hand waver when I talk, but and so by the publishing house Il Meneghello. Tell me, guys, what do you think of this? I almost want to say piece of history. Obviously it's not the original 1800 card, but it is based on a slice of history. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not? Do you have it already in your collection? Are you into olders? more traditional, or like, yeah, traditional style of decks, kind of down to the sources, to the roots of it? Or do you prefer more modern decks, and the older decks, or traditional decks, they don't interest you as much? It's not your cup of tea or anything like that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Boop, boop, right there. And until next time, thank you for taking some time to listen to me ramble or watch me. I mean, there are cards to look at. And until next time, bye bye, guys.